Good evening from down under, everyone. My name is Romance Blitz and we're going to continue our Let's Play of Super Robot Wars Y. Cross playthrough. This should be part 78 in the series, and last we left off, we had done Noah's Brand Mission, which was absolute money fest, which is pretty good. And now we're going to get into doing Lost Warriors. I've sorted out the parts already, so we'll get straight into the map. So let's go. So just adjusting my mic there, sorry for it. Oh wow, we're just getting straight into the map, huh? Lost Warriors. In this case, I might read a little bit of the starting dialogue. That's the last of the defenses. Good work, you lot. Now's the time to ransack their base, grab anything that looks like it'll fetch a nice price. That's enough, Belk Batoon Batol. There'll be no looting on my watch. Alright, take that stick out of your ass. Victors get the spoils, that's how this world works. Then I'll stop you myself by force. You know what? Fine by me, I can take your cut too. Shall I keep your subordinates in line? I cast aside my title as King of Zilkistan the moment we joined up with Noah's. I bear no responsibility for their actions. Shiloh. I must say though, I'm surprised how easy it was to take this base. It fell to our attack almost immediately. That's all thanks to the power of Noah's. They plunged this world into conflict once more. And that's what you wish for. This fake peace deserves to be shattered. Soldiers need war to survive in this world. That includes you, Afonzella. The battlefield is the only place you can live. The only place any soldier can live. I'm fighting for every soldier that's lost without war. I've fought by your side ever since we first met in Orb Buffet. I know my words won't stop you, but I have to say this. I'm sorry, 1 second. So I had to clear my throat there. Stop working for Noah's and anyone who allies with them. I'm already aware Noah's doesn't have justice on their side. Then why? There's no justice anywhere in this world, but I'm willing to do whatever it takes to achieve my goal. I'm fine with telling you that. There's nothing you can do to stop me anyways. Just sit back and watch the lost soldiers struggle. I can't bear to hear their screams, not anymore. Why do you avert your eyes from the truth, Afrin? He's a dreamer just like Trace and Zero were. Shiloh. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I lost my sister and have been driven out of my own country. I have nowhere else to even go. What do you think of Noah's? I couldn't care less who rules the earth. I'll fight to take my revenge on both Zeros. Noah's is aiming to take down the A event where both of them are. That's more than enough for me. They'll plunge the world back into conflict, giving the soldiers their lives back. They'll give all the soldiers chased out of Zilkistan a new lease on life as well. This false peace will soon crumble, that's what I'm fighting for. I heard the Rebellion soldiers say that you remind them of their celestial emperor, Rava Bloom. I've also heard that he leads the soldiers personally on the battlefield despite being a ruler. Ulfei, I think you might be a better fit for the Earth's representative of Noah's than Lord Jabil could ever be. I have no desire for a position of power. Nor do I have the strength to guide this world. I'll stake my life fighting for the soldiers within this false peace that man created. That's the only thing I can do. Meanwhile, in the briefing room. So the Houston base has been completely suppressed by Noah's. Goddamn, that place was supposed to be our shield in the south. Cheng Wolfei was with the group of soldiers that took down the base, along with the soldiers who fled Zilkistan. We haven't seen Shao recently, there's a good chance he's there too. Wolfei. He's still out there fighting. He really needs to learn when to quit. Shen. He was fighting to end the conflict during the Revolutionary War. So why is he fighting now? Why he buddying up with guys trying to spread the fighting again? I get what you mean, Shen. And that's exactly why we'll fight here. We need to stop Wolfei and help him make peace with his ideals. Yeah, let's do it. The event was dispatched to Texas to provide energy. However, I don't think we'll be able to avoid a confrontation with Noah's group that took down the Houston base. If we can't avoid them, we may as well face them head on. Always is right, this is the perfect chance to subvert their expectations this time. We'll be the ones taking a base. Oh hell yeah, you can count me in. We'll show Noah's that we're not gonna roll over for them. We have no other reasons to go on the offensive too. We have other reasons to go on the offensive too. The Houston base is being used by Noah's to gather their forces in the region. If we leave it alone, their presence will only get stronger. It would be best to assume they've already gathered a significant force there, so we're up against some serious numbers, huh? Hey, any one of Shadow members is worth 1,000 of them, quality over quantity. Don't underestimate the power of quantity, though. Overwhelming your foe with numbers is a classic strategy, but it's classic for a reason. I'll need to think of a good strategy for fighting against numbers. Nope, sorry, we've already got that covered. I figured we might run into something like this, so I prepped the frame coats. Frame coats? Extra equipment for the Gurud and Lancelot. The frame coats will fortify the machine's defenses, as well as add new weapons for engaging multiple targets at once. Wait, is that what Rakshata sent us? Yep, those were the frame coats. And they come at just the right time. I swear, Rakshata predicted everything that was going to happen. She could probably tell which way the wind was blowing based on Noah's movements. So, with these we'll be able to fight multiple enemies at once. Sure, if you can manage to use them properly, of course. They make it a tiny bit hard to engage one-on-one dogfights with quicker enemies, so feel free to purge them if needed. To account for that, we did a little tuning on the Gohan and the Lancelot's basic frames to make them more specialized and fast tools. Basically, they're saying we get our upgrades. Thank you, Lloyd Seal. With this stuff, I can take the fight to a whole new level. Is something the matter, Lelouch? At the end of the Revolutionary War and the death of evil Emperor Lelouch, I thought the world had finally found peace, but it was all just a mirage. You've got Noah's to thank for that. I do, but there are plenty of people from Earth joining up with them. Evidently, humanity hasn't gotten its fill of fighting. Then what? Are you planning to throw in a towel, Lelouch? Hardly. I'll see this through to the very end. That's what I thought. You and I both escaped Death's grasp, and thanks to that we can fight without fear. Representative Chica, would you please allow me to handle the strategy this time around? Understood, I'll leave it in your hands, Lelouch. Wufei, Shallow, there's only one thing I can do for those like you who are tied themselves to fighting. I'll defeat you and show you just how hollow and pointless conflict is. Alright. I'll put it on auto now. Alrighty, so... So map attack and plasma needles. Oh, sorry, NG wings and plasma needles, and then a map attack. A heat sword and obviously big gun. Also map attack. I'll be very real. I don't like the frame coats. I generally prefer both the mobility and all the other stuff that is the basic frames. So while I will use them for this map, just to show off their big attacks, I will definitely be swapping them back out to their normal afterwards. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, if that comes down to it, that should be fine. Alrighty, deploy. Yeah, so this is basically just a giant bot fest, so if I remember my notes correctly, it's like 63 enemies to take down. Yep, even Lucius calling off the fact that it's definitely going to be reinforcements. Alrighty. Yep, so we're getting it straight into it. So for this map in particular, we have one goal, which is just get through it as much as possible. I'm gonna throw a kill, well, each boss to one of the Code Geass folks, so but yeah, there'll certainly be like enough kills for everyone to get like several. Mm-hmm. Wolfie finally gets called out for his crap. I also forgot to put vital dampeners on someone. Oh well. Yep, so you can see the number count has skyrocketed. So we'll continue to keep shooting them down. A bit annoying that they got pushed to the side like that, but it's, I guess, fine as well. But if nothing else, this map is going to be a giant farm fest for money. Alrighty. Alright. Now, unfortunately, we have to now endure the enemy turn that's going to be particularly drawn out. then yes, I am just gonna let this all happen on the enemy turn. Oh, sorry, on my turn rather than the enemies. It's just nicer that way. There we go. Alright, so we should be able to thin down the numbers by good number 18. So it's still going to take a bit. What are these guys anyway? 103, okay. Yeah, so our first goal is to actually just kill all these Code Geass enemies, because they're the annoying ones. Alright, I think that's more or less most of them down in terms of what we got left. Alright, just gotta make sure. I don't think there would be anyone who wouldn't have the morale requirements, so... yeah, okay. Alright. At this point now, we can feel free to counterattack. And basically anyone who doesn't get a kill in the enemy turn will try to get them theirs in the next. Alrighty. Alright, punchy. I guess I'll just give it to you then. Okay, well let's begin. Yeah, see, I just don't like the bulk of that nightmare. Don't even get a dynamic kill with it. Meanwhile,
ウーフェ、それが君の正義なのか。プラズマニードルキャノンを使う。食らえ。スパンアタック。
yeah, so Wufei just being a pain in the butt again still. Alright, so I will need to actually hit this little annoyance in the head at least once. So since his counter attack wasn't going to be visible, there's no point in showing off.
兵器ってのはどれも似たようなもんだな。おらおら、死神様のお通りだ。切って切りまくる。こいつでとどめだ。勝負はまだついちゃいない。体制に利用されるだけのガンダムとやらがどれほどの力を持つ。メギストスオメガ。民は僕のために、僕は民のために。よっとっとっと、自慢じゃねえが逃げるのは得意なんでね。
Alright, and now Zero can get the kill.
予言があろうとなかろうとお前に負けるつもりはない。
超拡散構造装填位重砲を使う。
逃がしはしない。月光へ水の力見るがいい。
僕はまだ死 れない。
さすがの威力だな。
楽勝ため張り切りすぎだ。
Oh, with that, the map is over. So. Alright, so we've beat them all back. So now we can do what we want. See, Shin gets it, and if Shin can get it, Wu Fei is frickin' got no excuse for it. And not to say that Wu Fei hasn't been through some shit, but my god, Shin's been through some as well, and then some. Alright, so back at the Houston base. Wu Fei ended up running off. We'll see him again soon enough. Most likely. He does consider us his enemies after all. That guy is still fighting his own revolutionary war. At the very least, this should have given him an idea of how Noah does things. Yeah, sorry, true, yeah. And today he prioritized his own goals. I don't think Wu Fei is too far off from finding his own answer. I have to admit, I do sort of get how he feels. Shin. Until recently, I focused entirely on the orders I was given. And when I lost them, I had no idea what to do. Atherton said something similar in the past. So he went through the same thing, huh? In other words, soldiers who no longer have a war to fight might all feel the same way. Yeah. Maybe, but you were able to find a new goal and start walking a path towards it. That's thanks to you, Dermot, and everyone else too. I think people can find new ways to live if they have others to support them and help them out. If only you could sit down with Wu Fei and tell him that. No human is totally bound by their duty. If they really want to, people can find their own paths to walk and live however they want. Finding our own paths and living how we want. I'm not doing that at all, I'm just following the words of my father left, fulfilling the duty he gave me. If I didn't have that to guide me, I think everyone's in the same boat, Ichiko. Cross. Nobody knows for sure how to live or what to do, everyone's got the same worries. The colony Gundam pilots once found themselves invalidated, we lost our reasons for living. But thankfully we were able to get back on our feet. Everyone has to find their own goal, their own way of life. Yeah, honestly, I'm still looking for mine. So am I. I figure that goes for all of us. Maybe having a duty to fulfill is the easiest trick for that. Just so long as you don't think too hard about how much it ties you down, of course. Is that how you feel? It's hard to say. The fighting is over in this area, the event should head out. And waiting for us is even more fighting, yes. Does that bother you? I just have to believe this will eventually lead to peace. Likewise. Wu Fei, our world is trying to move towards the future. Stop trying to go back. Humans can't gain anything without overcoming their own pain. Alright, so again, some decent amount of money. We've only got one side mission left, so we'll do that next.
ではカスタマイズを始めましょう。
Alright, so take those off. I think that's all the parts. Okay.
これからの戦いのために万全の準備を。
There you go. Yeah, so in terms of upgrades, we get mobility on both of them. I think it's like a 400 attack power up to one particular weapon of each Gurren and the Lancelot, and a 700 on the big attack. So it's a significant upgrade for them, for sure.
お待ちしておりました。
Now there's no force deploy for the next one.
ではカスタマイズを始めましょう。
Um, hmm. I guess we'll give one to Kira. We'll give one to you two. There we go.
ではカスタマイズを始めましょう。
So normally I do that off screen, but because we have a little bit of time in this video, I think I may as well do it now. Anyway, that's it for this episode, folks. So thank you for watching, and in the next one we will do the last side mission before we do Six and a Dragon, which I'll be looking forward to doing. Anyway, catch you then.